Hi everyone, I'm Maria Lewis. Welcome to another episode of Firstline Checks In. In this series, we here at Firstline Securities Limited are touching base with some of our clients to see how they're coping and hopefully thriving during this present lockdown as a result of COVID-19. Now today is going to be slightly different. I have the pleasure of chatting with one of my colleagues, Ms. Maxine King, who is the head of wealth management here at Firstline Securities Limited. Without further ado, I'm going to give her a call.
Sure.
So, Maxine, thanks so much for doing this interview. For the purpose of the viewers, can you tell us a bit about who you are and what you do, please?
I am Maxine King, and I work with Firstline Securities Limited as the head of wealth management. So I provide financial services to clients based on their specific needs and their specific circumstances. But Maria, I'd like to think of my profession as that of a caretaker.
Right.
Looking after the financial well-being of all my clients.
Very good. And since this lockdown has begun, how has it affected you, if you wish to share personally and also business-wise?
Well, it has affected me in many ways. Let me start with my personal. So I'm a bit of I'd say as a person, I have been affected by my mobility.
Right.
I am a bit of a gypsy. So my itinerant ways have been really, really severely contained, right? I feel almost as if I'm in a box with a lid, but the lid is only quarter open. So I'm forced to stay inside that box. And when I'm inside that box, I have the ability to think, to dream, to fantasize. A lot of clutter takes place on a personal level and work-wise. Right. But I've learned that the staying indoors has allowed me to get clarity on what I can do differently, not just for my benefit, but for the benefit of those people for whom I'm responsible. So in a nutshell, what has happened is that I'm able to see clearly what matters most and who matters most.
Very good.
And it has taught me about gratitude.
That is so true.
Yes. We take people and things for granted so much, and we don't even recognize how much you do. So, like for instance, the environment, listening to the birds sing in the morning. Sometimes I used to say, what cacophony is taking place here? All of this noise. No one appreciates
it. Yeah.
This is the birds singing and whistling and having a good time because they don't have a care in the world.
Exactly.
So learn from them.
And from a business standpoint, how has it affected you business-wise?
Yes, because as I started off, it has affected my mobility. So whereas before I would be able to go and reach out to clients physically, now I have to find new methods and new approaches to reaching clients. So now you're using a different sense now, right? To be able to communicate effectively, perhaps in writing, on the phone, a lot more on the phone. And now, with respect to using a method such as Zoom or Skype or whatever, we think that for the older persons especially, Zoom, Skype, and all of these things are new approaches. And therefore, it is a question of slowly introducing that as perhaps, I hate to use the word new norm, but introducing that to them as going forward, this may very well be the new norm for a good while, because this COVID-19 thing has really taught us about uncertainty.
Exactly. Now, Maxine, can you share with us some of your coping methods during this lockdown period?
I've tried a few.
Yeah.
Primarily, I practice mindfulness on a regular basis in my quiet time. Could be in the morning or could be in the afternoon. And when I practice mindfulness, what I'm able to do is to clear my mind of all the clutter. Because I have to run about, for instance, so I'm worried about them, they're staying inside, if they're wearing their mask, right? I'm worrying about, okay, I can't go to see my clients again. I have to talk to them on the phone, but I like the physical contact, you know. So practicing mindfulness allows me to focus on me in the moment. You know, I found that practicing mindfulness has also taught me how to pray with a lot more conviction and earnestness. So I recommend that to anybody. Another thing that I do as a coping strategy is I listen to music. I love music. I love, absolutely love music. When I listen to music, it triggers a whole lot of dopamine. Dopamine, you know, that good feeling. Right. And what I find myself doing is immersing myself in music so much that I'm listening to every piece of musical instrument that is being used. I listen to every chord, every beat, and it helps to calm me. It's a really very calming experience.
Very good.
The thing that I've started, that I've employed is I more or less sift the information that I receive with respect to COVID-19. So whereas before I used to be glued to the television set, from channel to channel, you know, I'm listening to this, listening to that, right? And then I get all confused and get worried and whatever. So I have reduced that, and I've also reduced the number of, because, you know, people sending things on COVID-19 to you
constantly.
So I immediately delete what I think is unimportant. And one of the things that I've learned with all of this is that too much information is just as dangerous as too little information. So those are 3 coping strategies that have worked for me.
That is very, very, very good, Maxine. I know you've touched on several things like the environment, the flora and fauna, you know, getting a chance to be free again, and, you know, all the different things that you touched upon with regard to the positive outcomes of COVID. Is there anything else you think is happening right now that's positive, or anything that you foresee that will be positive coming out of this? Maybe for yourself and Firstline, the business world, the world in general.
Yes. I see a lot of positives coming on. We have a lot of time to engage in reflection, sober reflection. When I say we as individuals and collectively as a nation, right? You know, I have found myself thinking about my son. One of my sons, he loves to plant. So he used to be planting all sorts of things under the sun at the side of my house. So, and also to the front, you know, to the front of your house, you're supposed to have it looking beautiful with flowers and things, you know, and you would have body planted and the body start to grow on the fence and whatnot. And now I am longing to see the body and the tomatoes and the melon, all of those things that he planted, the seasonings and whatnot. Because one of the things that I recognize is that we have to start growing
your own food.
We can use our backyards. I don't have a big space, but he was able to effectively plant a whole lot of things there that you know that we use. Right. So I think that's one positive that I feel everyone should start thinking about. The other thing for me, and I'm looking now at the investors and my clients and what, you know, some persons who feel because they're conservative that, you know, that the risk is reduced and whatnot. But this is a force majeure. And I think what is happening here with COVID is that it's giving investors hard knocks lessons about a lot of things, about risk, about volatility, about uncertainty, but about having to have patience and discipline, and also teaching them to recognize that within chaos and adversity, there are opportunities. I believe so as a positive, what it should do is bolster their conviction that the decision that they made to invest or to save or whatever for contingencies was in fact a right decision.
And do you share this with them? Do you share this with your clients? Are they expressing any sort of concerns right now that you share this message with them?
I haven't had any clients who have expressed deep concerns,
Right.
but where they have, yes, I have shared this with them, and they recognize that yes, I made the right decision.
Okay. And what would you say to anyone, and I'm just throwing this in for you to perhaps consider, anyone who may have been thinking about investing before COVID, do you think now is a possible time? What would you say to anybody who was contemplating investing?
It depends because everyone has had a different circumstance right now.
Right.
Some people have lost their jobs. We have to be sensitive to that.
Right.
Some people have not been saving. They have not been able to save. We have to be sensitive to that. But I would say to people who still have funds put aside, perhaps in a savings account or whatever, or who are thinking about investing, that now is as good a time as any. For instance, I have taken advantage of some of the price reductions, some of the equities.
Okay.
Not all, I'm saying that you just go out and buy equities, but there are in fact opportunities that have presented themselves. And I would say to investors, now is as good a time as any to start thinking. As a matter of fact, it's a better time than any because now you have a lot more time to plan how your way forward, because now this COVID-19 has taught us about unpredictability and preparing for unpredictability.
True.
Not everybody will have money put aside to be able to go to a private doctor.
True.
What if hospitals, forbid, get overfilled with patients and whatnot? You want to be able to have funds set aside that you can utilize the private services. But you can't do that if you're not setting aside things for a rainy day.
Exactly. And Maxine, what is the first thing you're going to do when they say it's free to walk about, it's free to go back into the world, and they raise this lockdown, it's lifted? What is the first thing you want to do?
Maria, I am as predictable as this virus because when they lift the ban, right, or the limitations, I will have to have sufficient evidence that, things can be normal, that is safe. So I am going to be very cautious. Initially I was saying, because I've been thinking about these things, I miss the gym so much. So, soon as they lift that, get into the gym.
Yes.
Right? But then it struck me, no. You have to be cautious and you have to continue practicing physical distancing for some time.
Exactly.
Until you get that comfort that things are okay,
Right. And Maxine, before we go, is there anything you'd like to share with the viewers? Any words of advice you'd like to leave the viewers with?
Yeah, sure. I would say to everyone, own your life, own your outcomes, be responsible, and be accountable.
Right.
Examine and re-examine your strategies and your priorities, and surrender anything that is toxic or doesn't add any value or little value to your life. Engage in self-care, that's extremely important. And last but not least, take charge of your financial planning. You can do it either by, if you feel you're savvy enough, you can start it, or you can do it in conjunction with a company like Firstline, where we would offer you professional services and guide you along.
Very true. Very true. Maxine, thank you so much. I know you're very busy. Thank you so much for taking the time, to talk with us today. And please keep safe and healthy. And I know you're positive, so just keeping positive. And all the best to you and your family during this time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All the best.
Thank you. All the best to you as well. Stay safe.
All the best to you too. And we'll keep in touch. Sure. All right, Maxine. Thanks again.
You're welcome.